Good morning, everybody. I'm going to give it 2 more minutes to start, and so we can begin our things here. Okay, we'll start like in 3 minutes. No, 3 minutes, no, 1 minute. Okay. This time I won't. Bye.
All right, I'll mute so you can get started.
Yeah. Okay, it's recording. Just making sure that everything is fine here. Manage participants. Okay. Chat. Okay, everything is on now. So good morning. Today's our last day. It's our 5th day. So this has been awesome because the reviews that I've been getting, or the emails that I've been getting, is that so many people are changing completely their lives, because I caught every single part of everybody's life. So trying to change completely their point of view, it's already humongous and a huge amount of steps forward, just by you changing that thought. But like we all know, or the people that know me know, that only changing the thought will bring you forward, but up to a point. So you have to clean all that from the root to actually not have anything outside, although nothing is outside of you, but anything that you believe that could attain you, or negatively, any thoughts that would limit you, they will not get to you. So at least you have an idea of how life, another way of seeing life, another way of acting and reacting and living. And today is awesome because today is going to be business. And let's talk about business. And I love it because my business has been my biggest partner in crime, partner in life, partner in laughs, partner in having fun, because this is what it's all about. When your business is your partner, your best friend, and actually you have fun with it. So how does it get any better than this? So yeah, so you create your own reality. How do you create your own reality with business? Is that you believe that everything that everybody's saying around about the economy of the country, what's going on with employment, and with not people having enough money. So really, is that your reality? And now, as of now, I'm going to tell you that yes, it has been your reality. The economy would have to do a lot with that. If they come to you, if they don't come to you, if they pay you the amount of money they have to pay, you charge, or if they don't. And that is this reality, okay? So remember that this whole thing is changing completely your reality, so you could have a completely different life, beyond your imagination, beyond you can even perceive, and things that you don't even know about. So yes, so depending on the world economy and depending on that, it is your reality right now. But like I said before, I love to give examples in my own life, and I can include a whole bunch of different people, but I love to include my life in it, because when was the time? It was about 2 years ago that something happened in the economy. I can't remember what it is now, that it was so hard, and everybody was saying, this is terrible, everything is going wrong, the United States economy, the stock market crashed, and all all that happening, and I was at my highest. I was traveling first class for the first time in a long, long time with the economy and the finances that I created at the moment. And I was living in the United States, and I was living that moment that everybody was saying that it was hard, they wouldn't get any clients. And here I was traveling, having, changing the lives of hundreds of people a year and a half ago. And it didn't attain me. It just didn't attain me. Why? Why was I having such a great time? Why was I getting all the money that I wished at the moment? Because I was not living in this reality. I don't care what the president is doing. I don't care what, North Korea is doing. It's not that I don't care about the wars. That has nothing to do with it. But I don't care about, we're talking about business right now. I don't care about how the economy and how finances are, what everybody's saying about that right now. What I care is is the magic of the unknown, the unbelievable unknown that I would be creating in my own life with my own job and with my own business. So one of the things that I love the most, and people just, they just become amazed by it, is that once you create a business, you created an entity. Okay, the same thing as you create an idea, you create an entity. Okay, not an identity, an entity. So what is an entity? By law, we write in the documents, we write entity too. But what is an entity? An entity is like, you are an entity, I am an entity. Many people could call spirits entities too. But you know what? A chair is an entity. A TV is an entity. So entity is anything that is standing by itself. Okay? So once you create a company or a job, maybe you're starting a job and your job is your name and you, you need to know that, let's do a clearing right now. So everywhere where you think that your job is you because it has your name, would you like to clear all that? Point of origin, clear all, pre-agreements, clear all, pre-choice, clear all, now, forever, and beyonds. So you are not your job, okay? Your job is an entity. And this is where I want to come into with entity. It's an individual, okay, that you can actually, it's an individual with an energy that you can actually sit down. I actually sit down and have meetings I haven't had that in some time, and I should, because I've been so busy. But that's why probably I'm arriving in the United States, for the first time, doing this job and launching this workshop for the first time in the United States. And I've been having, and I'm going to be completely open, I've been having some obstacles, and it was because of my beliefs, okay? Because I start thinking, oh my God, okay, so the United States, the potency of the world, oh my God, so you're more demanding, you're more this, you're more that. So destroy and create everything that you have, that you think that your clients are more demanding, or if they're more demanding, it's okay, but that you can handle it, okay? That you think that they're more demanding because you cannot handle it. So everything that is, let's clear all that. Point of origin, clear all, pre-agreements, clear all, pre-choice, clear all, now and forever. Okay, probably you are, and what comes into my mind is that you are wanting to get to another level. Okay, that level of not the client that would, let me be just very general, not the client that you usually, with your self-worth at this moment, you want to charge like $70 an hour. Okay, let's say that you want to charge, those 500, that 1,000, those $2,000, $3,000. So you want to attain those clients. So you believe that to get those clients is much harder because you think they're more demanding just because they have more money. So everything that is, would you be willing to clear all that? Point of origin, clear all, pre-agreements, clear all, pre-choice, clear all, now, forever, and beyonds. So yeah, so let's go back. Okay, go ahead, Krista. I have a question.
You were saying that the belief is that they're harder to deal with.
Yeah.
What about the belief that they're harder to get as clients?
Also, same thing. I said both.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes, so everywhere where you think that you are not at that level, that they would say, oh my God, yes, I want to have her as my coach. Okay, let's clear all that belief, all right?
Okay.
Point of origin, clear all, pre-agreements, clear all, pre-choice, clear all, now, forever, and beyond. So that comes from actually, from the very first class that I gave, from your self-love.
Right.
Depending on how much you love yourself, you know how much you're worth it after that, and then you're able to charge actually what you really want. And yesterday we were talking about money, and you know what came to my mind and what some people asked me was saying, Maria, but why do I have that level? And I believe I have that level that I could, you know, I could get to billionaires and billionaire entrepreneurs, and they're not there. They're not appearing. Because you're not vibrating at that level yet. You're believing that you're vibrating low. Why you're vibrating lower? Because you have those blocks. How do you take those blocks away? By doing clearings and going, you know, to a class that would open up those horizons for you, and that would actually show you your real worth. Because once you believe and you see your real worth, you're like, oh my God. Like, for example, let's see, I know that Kendall, she's I was gonna just doing her, she's combing somebody else's hair right now. She's in her salon, but I know she is revolutionary. She does something completely different there. You do too, you know, I have you two here in front of me. You do too, Krista. So you do that. So what is that? Compare that to any job in the whole world. You're changing somebody's life. How much is that worth, for God's sake? Like, isn't that worth millions of dollars that you're changing somebody's life, which is eventually going to change their world, and with their energy is going to change the whole universe and the whole Mother Earth. You know, you're saying, oh my God, I'm not going to use plastic because it's bad for the earth. But there you are having negative thoughts about yourself. And that's ruining the earth. Remember that, I don't know if you guys remember, but or know about that experiment about that little girl that, hi, you're looking at me from the salon.
You said revolutionaries. Honey, you have changed my life today. You prepared me to be a revolutionary. I received it.
Oh, yes, baby, you are. Krista is another revolutionary too. And everybody listening to this, because I know that there are people that are not here, but they're listening later on because they're at work. But anyway, so oh my God, where was I?
You're talking about the story of a little girl.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that little girl that actually it's not a little girl, it's many little girls in a school. And each one of them, you know, those little beans that they give and you put in cotton in a little like baby food pot, like, you know, the glass. And then they told all the little girls to just say hello, you know, just give love to the little plant and all that. And I know that the experiments are way higher, but I love to give this specific one because it's so cute. So supposedly, when you're giving a bad thought to something, and they have that experiment with water too. But if you're giving a bad thought to something, supposedly the plant would grow less, or would not grow at all. Okay, and when you give love and talk about love, and then the plant will grow. Okay, so what happened in this experiment was that all the plants grew, even the one that was with one little girl, and they took that little girl out of the room, and they said to her, I'm going to give you this little seed. You're going to put it in wet cotton, and it's going to grow. But you know what? You're not going to look at it. You're just going to pour water, and you're going to say to her, I don't like you. You're mean. You're this, you're that. And the little girl says, oh, but I can do that. Says, go, just do it. It's an experiment. Each one of your friends is going to do something different. So she went with the experiment. But when everybody brought the little plants, all of them grew, even that little girl's one. And people were like, you know, they knew the experiment. They knew that when you give bad thoughts, the plant would not grow. So they talked to that little girl. They asked her, they say, wait a minute, did you talk to her? I said, no, I just did whatever you told me to do. I said, okay, what did you do? Says, I watered it. Did you said to her that they were mean, that you didn't like them? And she says, yes, I said it, but I felt so sorry for that little plant. So imagine how strong your thoughts are. Even if she wasn't saying it, she was thinking it. She had that love inside of her. Giving that tiny love or a huge, humongous love of that little girl into that plant, it didn't make a difference. She was loving it anyways. Even though she was saying bad words, she was loving it because the feeling was there. So that's why when I get into my workshop, I treat the feelings because the feelings are so strong. They're what throw you into success, and they're the ones that would kill you too. So, and that would throw you in a bed with stress and with depression. So that's why we have to get rid of those feelings. But anyways, so I'm coming to the point of you saying that you will not throw, use plastic, and you would not throw dirt, trash in the sea and things like that. When you're thinking bad thoughts and when you're judging yourself that you have big hips, that you have a pimple, that you have this hair, that the guy didn't pay you on time, that the grass is growing too fast, that you don't want to work and whatever it is. You're thinking all those judgments about everything around you. And you are killing Earth with that. So I call you revolutionaries because you're going to change the mind of everybody, to change those thoughts, to change those judgments and stop those judgments, actually change them not, but to stop those judgments. Because even a good judgment is still a judgment. I don't know if you guys I went through all kinds of religions, okay? Buddhist, Hinduism, everything. But the thing that catches me the most and that I always wanted was to have that peace that Buddha had. That it didn't matter what was going on. He was at peace. And this is exactly how I am right now. It could be happening, an earthquake outside of me. It doesn't matter. Let me see, let me try to handle it. Even my daughter the other day was having a temper tantrum. She's 13 years old, going through it, and she was crying. She says, I don't know why I'm crying, Mom. Those hormones and all that. And then, you know what? Like I said in the other class, I just left her alone. Another one would not even remember first of the hormones. Second of all, it would start fighting because she had a test the next day and she was playing her little games. So supposedly I was supposed to be angry at her. And at the same time, she wasn't doing what she was crying. I said, it's ticking. You're crying, losing time that you could be working, I could have said that, although I did say it at the beginning, but I caught myself. And I'm like, okay, peace, leave her alone. And I ask questions. When would it be the good time to go and talk to her? Now? No. I felt like a heaviness, not now. So when you feel light and happy, that's the moment. That's when your body, like I told you that your body was your little crystal ball that would tell you what to do, what would happen and everything. So it would tell you, your body would say, no, not right now. If you're still stressed, not now. But then I went there and I was with her and I just sat there, pulled her towards me, and she like a little ball because she was like holding her knees. And like a little ball, I put her towards my knees, towards my legs. And she's like, Mom, why are you doing this? Like, you're being so nice. I'm like, just because I love you. And everything went fine because my energy just brought peace. You don't even need to say anything. When you are in this moment, at this point that you can just go into a place, you know that in the Bible, they said that Jesus was, that he would go out, he would calm down everybody, and Buddha the same thing. Well, Jesus also said, you can do what I do and even more. It is in the Bible. I don't remember where, but if you Google it, probably would appear where it is. But it said, it is there. And it's true. It is true. And you know what? Jesus is the Son of God. And aren't you a daughter of God and a son of God too? Don't all religions say, oh, you have God in your heart, inside of you. Then use it, for God's sake. It's not just an analogy. It's not just an example that they're saying, just an idea. You really do have it in your heart. You have that power. You have that peace and that power in your heart. So use it, believe it, and use it. Okay? So let's go to your company being an entity. So if it's an entity, so let's use the logic, okay? Because I love to use my logic. If it's an entity, then let's take the company as if it was your partner. And you know when my company start getting better and better and better is when I started treating it with respect. Every morning, I have a timer. I have a timer on my phone. You know that timer that, let me see. Oh yeah, in the calendar, you go to calendar and you press a time, and my time was 9:05. I don't know why 9:05, because at 9 o'clock I had something else probably. 9:05, and I said, it's time for a coffee with creating your reality. Okay, time of a coffee with creating your reality. I would sit down and literally ask the questions. And Krista, you know the questions I ask. So that's what I do. Is there anything else that I can do for you? And you know what happened? Remember that I said, this is the last class of this five classes. But remember that in days before, I said to you that that you are creating your reality by everything that you're doing around you and by your beliefs. Okay? So for example, your company is an entity that you need to give respect to. So you're going to talk to it. You have to ask questions. You have to ask the questions in order to pull and to move the quantum entanglement. Everybody that have read about quantum physics, you have to move the quantum entanglement around you with questions, because the fastest way that I found to do that was with questions. Okay? So you have to move those blocks that probably are having between you and your company, and start asking questions to it. Like, do I need to meet somebody today to make you move a little faster? Who do we need to talk today to? Where do I need to be? And you know what? Since it's not you, since you're not the company, remember I said that to you, creating your reality or your company is going to tell you where to go. So you have that intuition inside of you. And that's what I was saying before that I got cut off. You know exactly what you have to do by your intuition. You know where to go, when to go. Yeah, go ahead.
I know you've been saying this, but sometimes when words are said, it sits in a new way where you're like, oh, okay. And what I just picked up is we're already creating our own reality. The question is, do we like what we're creating? Or do we want to learn from Maria how to create your own reality with more direction, intention, purpose, alignment? But I guess you just said it, but it hit me in a new way that what you have, what our reality is what we've already created.
That's right. That's true. And not only that, you said with intention, with all that, but with ease and with joy,
Mm-hmm.
with happiness. Because I was having a conversation this morning and the person was telling me, yes, I'm learning a lot in life, but I'm going through hard times, and I know that's going to make me grow. It's going to make me grow. You don't need to. You don't need to that. It's so easy. It's so much fun to live in this reality. And do you imagine a world where you're learning the lessons with ease and joy? And it's not that, it's what I want to tell you, and you brought, it came to my mind when you said that. It's not that, oh my God, you're gonna live in heaven and you have no problem at all. No, the problems are gonna come, but you're gonna see them with a different perspective, first of all. And second of all, you're gonna receive them. You're not gonna block them, because every time that you block something, oh my God, you create like a resistance to it. You get a problem, and you're like, oh, a problem, that problem right there. Gee, again, that's a resistance. That is that water. Remember that water from the river that I talked about? That is that water that's going to hit the rock and it's going to freeze right there. It's not going to flow around the rock and keep on going forward towards your success. So this is the thing of you. Even living in this reality, other people would be creating other realities that probably would bang into your life, but they would not bang, because the moment you create a resistance, then that moment you're going to start creating a problem. So I teach you also how to not have resistance to it, and we need to clear it. I've taught you how to clear that. So you can simply say, and I've given you millions now, but a whole bunch of examples right now of how to ask questions. So you're having a resistance with that problem. So you say, everything that I'm feeling right now, everything that this brought up, because it's bringing up a whole bunch of things that if I sit you in front of me, I know that this feeling that you have, not the same thing, the same situation, but this feeling happened before you were 8 years old.
Okay.
So not necessarily situations. So what happened is that, let me just go on the tangent, that everything that you do not from the moment you're born, before you were conceived, until you are 8 years old, is just a simple recording. And when it stops, it comes back again. It's a loop. It's a loop in your life that you're going to keep creating and creating and creating. Even if that is not true, you're going to keep creating those feelings. So you're going to get different situations with the same feeling. So it's a feeling that we need to take care of.
So what you're saying is you don't have to have that same exact situation that happened to you, but something, there's an energetic connection in how you feel about what's happening that resonates with a feeling that happened to you before the age of 8.
Yeah. So for example, it's so funny because there are things that are so deep, and I've been doing this work for some time now, but I still get some feelings, but they're like on the tangent. They're not the main feelings that I treat you guys with, abandonment, aggression, all these things. It's not that. So I had something happening that I was invited to a very big event, supposedly very important event for some top coaches in the United States, and they never sent me the invitation. And I was, oh my God, the first thing, start judging myself. What did I say? I must have said something between, right after she invited me until now. I must have said something on Facebook that person didn't like, and they banned me from that event. So And you know what? I went back and I said, what happened? And and it had nothing to do with it. Look, it had nothing to do with it. I went back to the point where my mom was taking me on a train for the first time to that English school. And that has nothing to do to me, you know, thinking that I wrote something on Facebook that wasn't right. And of course, if I think of that cognitively, I could say, I could go to a million ways cognitively with you. You know, I could have gone, for example, okay, so I'm feeling that, so I'm being judged. Okay, so what is it? Oh, yes, my mom judged me when I was 7 years old, that nobody would like me if I kept on being like that. That would have been the road of any other coach. And it would heal you there. And you're like, okay, now I got you there. And now let's see the positive side. So look, this happened with your mom. Your mom judged you that nobody was going to like you because of what you did. And okay, so it's clear now. No way. So that's the cognitive. So you see where I'm going? I went all the way back. That had nothing to do with the first time that I was judged or when I was judged in a moment of my life. I go deeper than there. So let's go back to business. So business, so it's the entity. The entity is right there, and you're having coffee with it. You're having a board of directors meetings every morning with your company. And you're going to see that it's going to take you to places. You're going to feel compelled to go either to a specific Starbucks or to a Panera or to call somebody or to have lunch with another friend. You have no idea what could happen when you have a meeting and when you ask, where do you want me to be in order for you to grow or to grow faster in this case? In my case, I just have to grow faster because it's growing so fast, but let's go faster. So with that, you're using your intuition. You're using that infinite being that you are. Actually, you're not using it. You are really being that infinite being that you are, which is the one that knows where to go, that knows what to do, and that knows what to say. And that is not scared of saying whatever needs to be said. Because sometimes I use my angry, I don't feel it, but I use my angry energy towards some clients to shake them and say, hello, are you here with me or are you flying again somewhere else? You know, I have to shake you. Listen to the truth. This is the truth. Now, are you going to listen to me today to the truth or not? Sometimes they say yes, and sometimes they just run away. But I don't care. I am for the whole truth all the time. And if the energy tells me to just say it, I say it. So this is the unbelievable wonders of you having a relationship with your company and being able, and you see how it starts growing and growing and growing when that entity, that company that is an entity, is given respect, is not being judged. So how much are you judging? How much are you judging that the company? So everywhere where you're judging, and all the judgments, conclusions, decisions, computations that you have of your company, of your job, would you like to clear all that? Point of origin, clear all, pre-agreements, clear all, pre-choice, clear all, now, forever, and beyonds. And what about the judgments that you have about your clients? About actually what kind of clients they should be? Because I know that yesterday we were talking about money, and we were talking about, or this morning we were talking about those millionaire clients that we want, okay? But hello, what about the other ones that have the will, that don't have much, but have the will to be great? And by having the will, they receive, and they are their infinite being, and they're able to create whatever amount of money to be with you. It's like the example that I gave yesterday was this person she was a person simply owning a stand in a farmer's market, She sold vegetables. Now she said to me, how am I going to have that money? I'm not going to lower her and say, you know what? You are just a tiny little infinite being. You're not able to do that because you just sell vegetables. No, I empowered her. I said, you know what? No matter what you do, no matter what you think about you, no matter what the judgments you have of you and of your company, you are a powerful, infinite being, and you can create any amount of money that you want to create. That month, she sold more tomatoes and lettuces I can't imagine, and she had the money to pay my class. She says, Maria, I have never, ever sold so many vegetables in a month. Because there is a will. There is that will to grow. That will to be that powerful, potent being that you're here to be. When is that will, then there is nothing that would stop you. And certainly not money. Because money is an energy. Do you remember that time that there was a sickness and you had no money? And then, I know many people would relate to this. And then, I don't know where, out of where it appeared. Out of nowhere, I mean, it appeared. Because you really needed that. When you really need the money for life or death or something like that, the money appears. Either you borrow it, and what happened to me, what happened to me a lot is that many people even borrow it, and then they say, Maria, after your class, in a week, I don't know how, but I received the exact amount that I spent in airplane tickets, in the workshop, and in hotel. But the exact amount to the penny. But then I take you further. What does it take for you to earn much more than what you only need? Everything that doesn't allow it, would you clear all that? Point of origin, clear all. Pre-agreements, clear all. Per-choice, clear all. Now, forever and beyonds. So let's go back to judging your clients. That is kind of a judgment. Oh, she does this, so she would never be able to be my client. So you're stopping, you're limiting yourself from all the clients that are there needing you, wanting you to be their coach, wanting you to be their guide, wanting you to have their hair handled by their anything. There is another story that there was a guy that bought a store. And the store was, I think it was in Miami, and it was in a neighborhood, in a gay neighborhood, okay? But the owner was not gay. So yeah, we came by and said, look, what is your point of view about gays? Oh no, I am not gay. I don't like gays. I don't want gays. I don't want gays near me. I don't want them looking at me. And I said, you're judging you. And first of all, you're judging. And second of all, you are in a neighborhood of gays. So you're not going to have clients if you keep on with this energy. So he was cleared by the judgments that he had with gays. He was clear to the point that he didn't mind a gay just touching him or touching his butt or whatever. And he was terrified of a gay looking at his body. He didn't care anymore. He filled that store because he didn't have any judgment. Any judgment that you have against somebody, Democrats, Republicans, anything. Oh my God, I hate Republicans. I hate Democrats. I hate this. You are going to be limiting. Those people are not going to come to you because you are putting resistance towards them. You're not opening your heart to everybody. You're opening your heart to only certain people. So only certain people are going to come to you because you're closing your heart to the rest. So all the judgments you have about how your client should be, would you be willing to clear all that? Point of origin, clear all, pre-agreements, clear all, pre-choice, clear all, now, forever, and beyonds. So going back to the questions, so having your business and talking to your business, being an entity, you have to ask questions. You have to ask those questions, the same questions that you would ask in a meeting of the board of directors. Imagine you have the marketing manager, the sales manager. What would you ask those people? Ask the same questions to your company. Where do you think that we have to go to earn more money? And, just questions like those ones. So it's cool because I haven't used my book. I think I used my book like the first class, and I'm going to use it the last class. Because I talked so much last time, it was more over an hour, the other classes. But one of the things, what do you require from me? And all those questions are in my book. Ask and you shall receive, this time you will. Okay. So so you have like 20 questions that you can ask about your business or with your no, more than 20. What's this? Yeah, 20. No, 30 questions. So let's see if you guys can, I'm going to unmute you, Kendall, so you tell me the number you want. I have Krista here. Let me see if I have anything to say, and then we do the questions. Oh yeah, let me give you another example. I'll give you another example, and then we go to the questions. So I have here a person that is a businessman, and I do clearance. Whenever he has a big deal, I do clearance. Okay, no, whenever he has a big deal, no, because he forgets that. Whenever he has a problem in going forward in that big deal, then he talks to me and he says, "Oh, I need you to work on me energetically and clearing things and all that." So imagine how unbelievable this works. About where do I have to be? Who do I have to talk to? And the person would show you and would put you right in front of the person that you have to talk to. So in this case, it was a real estate project in Turks and Caicos, and Turks and Caicos has a huge bureaucracy on buildings. So the problem was that they wanted to build right away, but they had to go through a whole bunch of papers and the government and all that, and it was going to take like 6 months, something like that. I can't really remember. And so he came. We did some sessions, and some now with the age station. And then he calls me like 3 days later, and he said, "You're not going to believe what happened." And I said, "Just spit it out. Just tell me what happened." He said, "How many restaurants are there in Miami?" Infinite. You know that. There is like 5 restaurants in every block. So, okay, so I went to a restaurant in Miami with my partner, the one that was talking, they were doing the project together. And that restaurant happened to have like more than 80 tables. And they happened to sit me in a table. I know they sat them first, but then they start talking about the business deal, both of them talking about, Turks and Caicos and blah, 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 and the building and all that. But while they were talking to it, another person was sat at the table next to them, okay? And they were the Turks and Caicos and the building and blah, 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 and the bureaucracy and all that. And the person next to it, they were like 5 tables only filled in that restaurant, okay? And the person just turned around and went, "Hey, you're talking about Turks and Caicos." And when he looked at the guy, he says, "Oh my God, I know you." And my client says, the person that was with my client says, oh my God. And they said, you're so-and-so. Yes, my goodness, we haven't seen each other in so long. And he says, yes, I'm hearing you talking about the bureaucracy and you building and doing something in Turk and Caicos. And he says, yes, really, we're having problems with the bureaucracy. It's going to take so long and this and that. And he said, well, I was just named ambassador of Turk and Caicos here in the United States. I'll do that in less than a month for you. So tell me, that person lived in Boca Raton. He went to Miami to a restaurant where there are infinite amount of restaurants, and he was sat exactly at the table next to the person that would help him. So what are the odds? Oh my God, is this coincidence? Can you really call this coincidence? Come on. This is beyond coincidence. So this is where I want to get you. This is the magic that you're going to be open to when you're clear of everything, of all the blocks that you have, of all the beliefs that you have that everything is hard, that everything is terrible. It's reality. It was reality. There is a bureaucracy. There is a whole bunch of papers that you have to fill. And you have to go to Turk and Caicos and go into the secretary of whatever it is, the government that you have to go to, the office, and do all that. It is reality. But was that his reality when he took all those blocks that you have to be in this reality to live and to have and to do your own things? It wasn't his reality anymore. His reality was ease, joy, and abundance. So he changed completely what this reality was. He changed it. So something that was unbelievable and that was not possible, because it is not possible. How can it be? You have to go through steps to do whatever you need to do. No, he jumped the steps. He jumped everything. Not possible in this reality, but it is possible in a reality that you would create. Got it? Okay, so let's go and see what the universe wants to talk to you. So it is, let me see. So, okay, Kendall, are you there? You're talking, Kendall? I know. So I want, after you, okay, I just wanted to know if you were listening to me, and you were. Okay, Krista, you're right there. So tell me a number from 159 to 188.
Let's do 188.
Okay. Okay, so it says what we're talking about. What would it take for this to be more fun, easy, phenomenal, and rewarding? So I know you're writing. So what would it take for this? So what would it take for my job, my work, my whatever you're doing, my project, my meetings? What would it take for this to be more fun, easy, phenomenal, and rewarding? Because the rewarding part is the fun part, that you're going to be greatly rewarded. So more fun, more ease, more phenomenons, and more rewarding.
It's great. This morning, as I was journaling, fun was what came up, because it was a conversation with another friend of mine who's a coach. And yeah, I mean, I literally just wrote it before this. Fun, like getting to the energy of fun and all of that means, and then carrying that with you throughout the day.
Exactly.
It's so much more powerful than the feeling of like dread, or is it going to be enough?
Yeah, and it's a burden. It's a burden. Oh my God, I have to work. I have to earn money. I have to pay the bills. It's a burden. So what does it take for nothing to be a burden anymore, but everything to be fun? Everything that doesn't allow it, would you clear it all? I'll be right back. Point of origin, clear all. Pre-agreements, clear all. Pre-choice, clear all. Now, forever, and beyond. Okay, Kendall, now I knew that you were listening. Do you want, I'll do it for you. You don't need to move. Just keep on doing your things. Oh, if I can. No, I can't. Hold on. Unmute. Yeah, you do it because I'm not able to do it. Okay, tell me a number. Tell me a number, Kendall, between 159 and 188.
157.
Okay, 157. Not 157. Between 159. You're
Oh, 187.
187. Okay. No. Oh, yes. Okay, 187. There you go. Remember when I say to my daughter, pick a number between 1 and 10. 23, Mom. Okay, 187. Oh my goodness, it's telling you to go to the stock market. So this is fun. This is fun to talk about this. It is fun because the stock market is also an entity. Okay, every company is an entity, like I told you. Okay, so when you're in the stock market, when you're playing with your money and doing that, you actually are able to know more than your financial advisor. So you can tell your financial advisor, what do you advise me? And he's going to give you many companies. Okay, don't let him pick. You pick. So you ask the company, will you make me money? And see if you feel that lightness, that happiness, or that heaviness, and say, oh no, I don't think so. So you go to the stock market. It's very cool to do it this way, and it always works. I'm telling you, it always works. It says, would you make me money? And anyways, with anything in your life you're going to pursue, you can ask, would you make me money? Or would it be fun? Maybe it would not make you money, but it would be fun, and you want more fun than money at the time. Or would you make me money and fun? That would be even better. So with anything you do, it doesn't really need to be with the stocks, with the stock market. But with anything you need, you would say, would you make me money? Yes. Even when you go and buy something, when you go and buy a shirt and buy a pair of shoes, ask it. Because everything, remember I told you a chair, a shoe, a cup is an entity. Ask it, would you make me money? And it's not that it's going to make you money because you're going to sell it in the future or because something, but no, you know what? Maybe you are in a place where somebody's going to love the shoes that you're wearing, and it's going to catch their attention. They're going to say, oh my God, I love your shoes. And you're going to start a conversation with somebody that's going to be great for you in the future. Yeah. So, Kendall, I had to mute you, Kendall, because of the, so you can ask anything if it would make you money. Or if it would be fun for you to do it. So these are questions that you can actually do, and your infinite being that knows it all. Infinite being knows the future, the present, everything. It's going to be able to tell you if it will or if it won't. So okay, so let's see. Kendall, ask your friend there that you're doing the hair. What number does she want? Ask her a number from 159 to 188. What number would she, hold on, let me see if I can. Yeah, go ahead. What number would you pick?
166.
Okay, let's go to that one. It says, how can I use my talents and abilities to create money? Ooh, that's a great one. You know why? Because you think that you have to make money only with what you have studied and with what your parents have told you about. Hi, Mirna. Mirna is in Italy right now. She's in Venice. How does it get any better than that? So not Venice, Florida. Venice, Italy, really. Actually, Italy. Yeah. So how can I use my talents and abilities to create money? So really, what is it that you do that you completely forget that you're doing and forget about the world? That is what will make you money. It's not your job. unless when you're doing your job, you're actually completely forgetting about the world and life and about everything, then that would be it. And you're in the right direction. But how many times we're just working on something that it's hard, that it's a burden, and it's like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. And then you do things so easy. You do some other things that are so easy for you that you're like, how can I charge for this that is so easy for me to do? I can't charge. But in reality, that is what is going to bring you money. That exactly is going to bring you money. And I love that red.
You do so easy.
Krista, are you seeing her hair? How beautiful that red is? And Mirna is with her little boy. He's so cute. Ciao. So this is the beauty of business. You know, you doing what you love, you doing what is fun for you. And now I have him here. It reminded me of something. You know, the way we do that a lot. We do that a lot in the United States. You know, the chores that kids have to do, the chores, and then you pay them for doing the chores. So if we really think about it, what is it that we're telling and teaching our kids? You would only earn money if you do something you hate. So that kid doesn't want to go outside and cut the grass, Mom. That kid doesn't want to wash the dishes, and you're paying them to wash the dishes, to cut the grass, and that's their first meeting with money. Okay, I'll give you money if you do the chores that I hate to do, but I'm going to let you do it because I'm going to pay you. So that kid is going to grow thinking that he has to have a job that he hates. That's why I don't pay for chores. I said, you got to do your chores out of your heart because you want to help me, because you love me. Then she answers me back, Mom, maybe I don't love you that much. I don't want to help you doing that. I said, well, you're going to do it because you're in this house and we're both, working here, and you're going to have to do it. And period. But I'm not going to pay her because I'm not going to teach her that she has to do something she hates for money. I'm going to mute her again. So so thank you, Mirna, for having your son here with us. Mirna, você tá entendendo o que eu tô falando? Tá?
Sim, entendo tudo.
Ah, então, legal. Tá bom. So, no, I wasn't sure, but I'm talking to her in Portuguese. She's in Italy, but she speaks Portuguese too. So, So this is how it is. This is how fun doing business is. So what does it take from now on for you to have so much fun that you could barely count how much money you're bringing into your life and everything that doesn't allow it? Would you be willing to clear all that? Point of origin, clear all, pre-agreements, clear all, pre-choice, clear all, now, forever, and beyond. And since this is the very last class, I would love to invite you. This was meant from my heart because I don't have many videos in English. And people were saying, Ria, why don't you do some more videos? Why don't you do this? I go into your YouTube, but there are millions of videos in Spanish and Portuguese and barely one in English. And then, I started that, and it coincided with really my class that is going to be next weekend of creating your reality, creating your reality, and really clearing all those blocks and all those judgments that you have that are stopping you. And I welcome you. And if it's fun, I welcome you to come. And if you're over the fence and you say, oh my God, I don't have enough money, I'll clear you with that. Just text me, Maria F. from Fernanda, Maria F. Lariva1 @gmail.com. Or you can go to my website, mariaflariva.com, and then press on creating your reality. and then you will find my workshop and the description of it. And it is a life changing. I adore it because it hasn't only changed my life, but changed the lives of hundreds, and I believe it went to thousands of people. And it's been out. It's the latest thing. It's so new. It's so new, so new, so new. It takes care. It uses the newest energies in the world right now. So that's how brand new it is. So I invite you to come to it, and it would be a pleasure to have all of you there. And if you can't now because of other things, you can in the future. It is okay. It is fine. It'll be what it has to be, and it'll be tons and tons of fun. And I know we have an unbelievable group. Oh my God! It is each person in this group this weekend. It is really a revolutionary of conscience, a conscience revolutionary. It is unbelievable, the people that are going to be there. And so love you tons. Even though I haven't met you in person, I have you in my heart because I can feel your energy. And I receive that and put it in my heart. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, all of you. And so have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. And the good thing that you can do is that you can go back to the classes and get the clearings and write them down and then say them during the week, during your life. That is going to change and shift your life, your work, your money flows, your abundance, and your shine and your brilliance. Okay. And I'm loving that red hair. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Okay, so have a wonderful day. What is it? I know Kendall wants to say something. Go ahead.
She's getting married today.
Oh my God, congratulations. Oh my God, and she's having all these clearings. How wonderful. She is so lucky. Congratulations. So what does it take for your marriage to be awesome, unbelievable, beautiful? And for him to be able to be at your level and treat you like a queen at all times. Everything that doesn't allow it, let's clear all that. Point of origin, clear all pre-agreements, clear all pre-choice, clear all now, forever and beyond. Oh, how lucky is she to be here in this class. So a big hug to you all. Happiness forever for you. And I'll see you whenever I see you. I am there. Just call me. I'm in Facebook. I'm everywhere. So sending you a big, big hug. Bye-bye, sweethearts. Bye-bye.